Ciao, everybody. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. Today is episode 5, season 2 of our podcast. With me is Alejandro Fancello, buddy. It's a holiday. It's a holiday one. We're in the holiday spirit right now. Buddy, how you doing? How was your holiday break?
Great, no work. So
Yeah,
2 weeks, no work. Yeah,
2 weeks.
yeah, and it's 2 weeks where I don't know how you call it, like the industry I'm working. It's 2 weeks now,
You just
always, and
got.
then two
It's like
weeks in the
school.
summer, always.
It's
It's basically
like
like school. Yeah, yeah,
holy
always,
smokes!
every.
Aren't you lucky?
Yeah, it's yeah, yeah.
That must be nice. Well, congrats, and I hope you had a good holiday break. Well, I hope you enjoy your holiday break because you're still in it, right?
Yeah, it's until Monday the 9th. I need to go back. So,
Holy.
yeah,
I need to move to
it's good.
Belgium, I guess, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that
Not so
paid?
sure. It's paid. Yeah, it's paid.
Wow.
Not
Nice.
everyone. Like not all. How do you want to call it? All sectors, industries have that. Like
Just
so.
yours.
Uh, I don't know if others have like mainly yes, like the construction sector. Yes, or like how do you want to call it?
Yeah.
They have it, and but it's not
All
paid
right.
for everyone. Like depending on the job you do.
Yeah.
But most of the people in that sector get you know paid for
Yeah.
staying at home.
Great. Love that
Yeah.
system. That's always the best system. um, well, transitioning now to Juventus talk because we have a couple of points we want to discuss in episode 5 here. It seems that the boards didn't take a week off or 2 weeks off like you did. It seems as though Agnelli addressed the people today, the board elects or whatever. I want you to explain that further, what actually went down, and then we'll get into some of the main topics of what transpired from that little TED talk, we'll say.
I didn't watch it but it was planned. Like it's basically
Yeah.
his farewell. I thought like that's
Yeah.
what it was.
Okay,
But
that's what it was? Okay.
yeah, it was planned. Like it was planned. Like he was supposed to do it. Even if he was in charge, they approved another balance sheet. But I think that's the one we discussed when we were live, like 2-3 weeks ago, when they
Yeah, the
adjusted a
Romeo
few
Gresti
things.
one. Yep.
Yeah, and it got posted again on Twitter, and people going mad, but it was an old one again. So,
Yeah.
so nothing really happened. He just addressed the shareholders, and they, could speak. Again, I saw just a few quotes from some shareholders, but like nothing special. They're still backing. They took a few shots towards NetFed. He
Yeah, I
defended
saw that.
NetFed, and
Yeah.
that's basically it. Like it was a farewell. A few weird quotes. We'll talk about that. Like not
Yep.
out of place, but like usually you don't like he usually doesn't discuss these things. But I think because it's his last day, he was very open. A bit. How do you want to call it? Like agitated. I think he got asked those questions, going off his answers, but yeah, nothing special. Like I thought it was just his farewell, basically.
Um be he had the opportunity to be more transparent, it looks like, from what he said in these quotes that we're
I
gonna
think
show
he
you
was.
pretty soon.
Yeah, he was more open. Like usually
Yeah,
he doesn't.
exactly.
Like you
Like he,
don't
he's
get
he
direct quotes from him like that.
yeah, he's gone into some detail of what happened. And when everybody has a chance to view, if you guys are viewing on YouTube, like the video, subscribe, all that stuff. But if you are viewing the quotes that are on the screen shortly, you'll see why he was asked these, because in 2 years' time, it turns out, yeah, it's a good question to ask.
Yeah,
But you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? We'll get
yeah,
to the
yeah.
question.
I
Or
know.
yeah, let's put it up there. Let's put it up there, because these are the main points that we were talking about. It's Andrea Agnelli is backing all the choices being made, um, from the sporting directors that were in control the past 10 years. This is one of the main sticking. Not from, I guess, from event. Were you butthurt at the time when we did this deal, the Romero
Um,
thing?
no, I wasn't. In hindsight,
Are you salty now?
no, still not because I know people will call me out for this. I'm still not his biggest fan. Like it's
Okay.
just me personally. When I
Yeah.
watch him play, I'm not like, and it's me personally. Yeah? I'm not saying he
Yeah.
stinks or anything like that, when I watch him play, I'm not like, oh, I want him so badly. Like, yes, because we're in a desperate situation now. But like, I still want a different type of player. I think we still should aim to get better, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
So I
So,
wasn't bothered at the time.
okay. I'm going to read this just for the people listening as well. I'm going to read the quote and then we'll talk about the player a little bit more. So, this is about Christian Romero, Argentina center back, Tottenham center back now, former Juventus player. We know the transaction that went down there. There was criticism about a player, Christian Romero brackets, talking about 2 years later is different to do when the decisions are made at the time. There was Bonucci, De Ligt, and Chiellini. The field he would have seen with binoculars. Great quote. All that means is that there was a pecking order and he was fourth or fifth choice at the time.
Yeah.
That's why he was moved on to Atalanta. At the time, Romero was not better than De Ligt, Bonucci, Chiellini, and even Demiral. Right?
Yeah, but it's like he said, like in hindsight, it's very easy because now you're like,
Yeah.
you know,
World Cup winning center back.
I know. Was it when we sold him? Was it when Chiellini had his ACL? But it was before he tore his ACL, right? The summer. It was that summer, but like
Yep.
Chiellini didn't tore his ACL, right?
Chiellini tore his ACL the first game of the season, but that was after Romero got
Yeah.
moved to Atalanta for that.
Because I saw
window.
people saying, "Oh, but he's ACL torn." I was like, I think we already moved him on with an option at that point. So we couldn't have said. And should we have moved back off from Bonucci at that time? You can argue that, but I don't. I think a majority back in the day would say no.
2 years ago, there's no chance any sane person would move on from Bonucci in favor of this kid Romero. Let's not kid ourselves here. Even if you're the biggest proponent of Diaper FC, there's no chance. Because Bonucci was still, like, yes, he was declining a bit, but like he was still revered.
Yeah, because of the Euros,
you know what I mean?
he was. But like, yeah, but I agree. Like at the time, I wasn't too fussed about it. Maybe I was more bothered by it. Oh, we gave him an option already. We don't have, that was the main issue. I wasn't fussed about moving him on because, like you said, like we had Demiral, we had De Ligt, we had Bonucci and Chiellini. Again, not the biggest Demiral fan, but I thought he was better at the time. Back then, I thought he was more ready, and even then, I already had issues with him. So, like he said, like in hindsight, it's easy. Like now, you can say, what have we done? Like it's easy because we are in a kind of a bad spot. We only have one fit center back at the moment.
Yep.
Or like you want to count Rugani too, but like there are levels to it. So now it's easy. That's what he said. Like now it's easy. But if you ask that question, go back 2 years. There would have 19. There would have been people saying, keep him, move on Bonucci, all those things. But I think the majority would have said no at the time.
Exactly.
So it's easy. Like, would I have Romero in this team? Yeah. Now, 100%. But I still want something else. Like, I'm not really bothered about missing on Romero. I'm more bothered about the situation we're in now. And that's not because of 2019. That's because of the following 2 years. That's when the problem started. Like, Bonucci was declining fast.
Yep.
You moved on Demiral. The Lake wanted out. Rugani came back on loan. That was all of a mess. Chiellini tore his ACL. Nobody could have thought that, because I think if he didn't tore his ACL, he would have still be at the club now. I actually believe that. I don't think I think it took away way too much in terms of his fitness completely fell apart. It was already bad, but from that point it was a complete mess. He was more injured than not. So I think if he didn't tore his ACL back then, I think he was still being at the club now for a year. So a lot of things, like you said, in hindsight, yeah, it's easy, but nobody would have expected that he would score a goal against Parma and then tore his ACL. Who would have thought that? Like, nobody would have thought that. You would have gone into a season with a fit Chiellini, a fit Bonucci, and a De Ligt. Nobody would, flinch about that. And Romero was not going to play ahead of Chiellini De Ligt, and probably not Bonucci at the time. He wouldn't. And Demiral.
And Demiral.
Because if
Demiral
we
was
moved on
next.
Demiral at the time,
Yeah,
we would be the same story now. Like, it's already the same story,
exactly.
but like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
I think it's just that Romero won a World Cup, and they see the transfer fee that Atalanta got for him. It's like, okay, come on. Like, we get it. But it's all hindsight, and I like the answer that he gave in this.
yeah, I'm okay
So,
with it. At the time, but like now, I think the following years were the issues, and the other stuff he said like later on the show, that I have the issue. I have an issue with. But like I'm not to this day. And I can be completely wrong. In 5 years, he might be the best center back in the world. I will be shocked if he will. I will be actually shocked if he will be one of the best in the world, because people think he is. I don't agree with that. I think he's a very good center back, but like, I
I think
don't.
he's a better version of Demiral
Yeah, every
now.
time I watch him, he makes a mistake. Like every single game. Like
And he does two-footed tackles once a game, at least.
yeah, like I think he's very good. But like when I watch him,
Yeah.
like that's not what I want my center back to be. Now, okay, I'll take it. Of course, we have nobody else. But like,
Yeah.
I still want something else. Like I want someone who's like Bremer, who's very composed, knows what he's doing, is in complete control
Yeah.
all the time, basically. Doesn't lose his
Yep.
head, it's just calm. Or someone like Chiellini,
Yep.
who is very, out of this world. Yeah,
Erratic.
erratic, but like he makes it
Yeah.
look normal. He doesn't make it look like
Yes.
I just killed a guy over here with every single tackle. Like it
Yeah.
looks hard, but when the play is over, you're like, okay, it's okay. When Romero makes some certain tackles, I'm like, oh boy, I think he
Yep.
killed that guy like way too often.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Now it looks bad, of course, because because we have Rugani at center back now, or Gatti at center back now.
Yep.
That's the situation.
And he's a World Cup winner, like recent 2 weeks ago.
I get that.
A week ago, sorry. No, but that's why it probably came up, right? Because it's like, oh, this guy just won a World Cup, blah blah blah, money, whatever.
Okay, I get
happened,
it. But like
blah.
winning the World Cup is
Like,
not
what are we doing
a
here?
one-man show. Like it's a team. Yeah, I know, but like
I'm just saying. Danilo, Sandro, Bremer, the current people we have now,
so.
didn't win a World Cup. Romero
Yeah,
was the
but
main
that's-
guy in it.
I don't like that when like the Messi thing when he won the cup, now he's the GOAT. Like it
Yeah.
shouldn't be based on winning the World Cup, yes, because it's a team game at the end of the day. If Martinez doesn't save all those pans, it's done. If he doesn't,
But
make
now
that
everyone's
last-
saying. But now Martinez
like,
is the best player in the world, or goalie in the world
I
now.
saw that. It's absolutely ridiculous.
That's but this is my point. This is recency bias. That's what the media does. They see former Juventus player was sold for pennies, is now a World Cup champion. That's what they say. That's what they do, right?
Okay.
That's what they're gonna do. So that's why I like the answer.
It is what it is. Again,
Yeah.
not too fuss about it. I think the biggest issue
Yeah.
is the following 2 seasons. I think that's the issue. People, I know we're glitching a little bit, but the voice should be on point. So our bad, but like we couldn't fix it. We have no other time
Yeah.
slot to record the podcast, so it is what it is for this time. But it's a weird question to be asked, to be honest. Or like
Yeah.
not weird, but like it's very specific. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very, very specific. But that center back thing has been a kind of a mess over the last couple of years. Like that's the reality.
Yeah. Well, we can move on to an Arriva Bene quote. More about some market happenings. This one specifically last summer-ish, because this negotiation in particular with this specific player went on for months. So it's Arriva Bene explaining the choice of signing Angel Di Maria. Yes, Arriva Bene was there too at this meeting. So the term asked for by Dybala were onerous and committed the club on a multi-year level. Di Maria showed his value in the last World Cup. Well, there you go. I just spoke about that. We took him for a year in which we had to represent and mentor the youngsters. So he said this. He literally said this the day we signed Di Maria. He's being signed to mentor youngsters. Everyone's saying about the Sule thing, yada yada yada. Do you believe that he is saying that Dybala was asking for way too much?
If I believe that, you mean?
Yeah.
Uh, Depending on what's way too much. I don't know.
Is 3 years too much? Like, what did he sign in Roma? 2 years or 3?
Yeah. Okay, he was asking for more years at us. Like he signed
Okay.
a Roma to get the hell out of here soon. Like that's what he did. Like Roma fans probably don't want to hear it, but like he signed that type of deal. Like let's be completely honest here. I
Yeah.
think some Roma fans will agree with that. That it was for his future, and he couldn't find any other club. Basically, that's what it is. But I think he was asking for a 4 or 5 year deal for us, something like that. Probably not 10 million, but I'm gonna say more than he was earning now, because I don't believe that he was okay with staying on the same wages. I will never believe that.
Looking
He was
at
asking
what
for a little bit more.
I was gonna say, looking at what happened during the pandemic, and seeing those kind of
Yeah.
quotes, it's like it's hard to believe he would accept staying on the same wage. So
So I think he was asking for not 10. I don't think he was that. I don't call it stupid, but like that. You know what I mean?
yeah, out to lunch, like
Yeah.
not
I
knowing
think
what's
I
going
think he
on.
was asking for a raise, but a long-term deal, and the club said no. Now, the Di Maria thing, we know. Like when we signed him, that's the first thing that came in mind to us. Like it's a stopgap. It
Yep.
is. Like we
Yep.
we knew that. It was obvious, and that's what it is. When I see people saying we signed Pogba and let Dybala go, like that's weird because it's a different position. I get the
Yeah.
wage part, and we said at the time like that's a big question mark with the Pogba thing. But
Yep.
you cannot say like you can say, oh, but we gave Pogba the money. I agree, but then you cannot turn around and say you should have given it to Dybala. Why? While you're complaining about Pogba not playing. Okay, Pogba's an extreme now because
Yeah.
he's
This
out
is
for long term because of a weird injury and then mistakes being made by him and the club probably,
Yep.
with the surgery. But Dybala can also not stay fit. And even this season, like let's be completely honest,
He hurt
he
himself
cannot stay
taking a
fit.
penalty shot.
He cannot stay fit. Like, and I get it, and I agree with. Oh, but you gave that money to Pogba. I 100% agree. But you cannot say then you should have given it to Dybala. No, because at that point you should have been
Same
complaining
thing.
about the same thing.
Yeah.
Like he's very injury prone. It's sad because he's a great player, but he's very injury prone. And I'll keep saying it. Yes, he's great, but that's the only knock on him. And I'm gonna knock every player on it, even Vlahovic. When it's big time money in the Champions League in Europe, it's most of the time a no show. Yes,
Yep.
the odd game here and there, but most of the time it's injured or not showing up, and I'm gonna hammer it. Like I'm gonna slander. Like I'm gonna call out Vlahovic for it. Okay, this season Europa League, whatever. If nobody shows up, like I want to win it, but like if nobody shows up, it is what it is. But like you need to do better. Like you do need to, like if you want that money, I want you to be the guy that takes us to the next level in the biggest game, the biggest stage. And most of the time, it was no show. Like, and don't come to me with Barcelona. Bernardeschi had a
Tottenham.
great game against Bernardeschi, against Atletico.
Yep.
Like, still, he lived from that moment. But yeah, like it's double standards in my opinion when we talk about Dybala.
So, yeah, I agree. Especially if he's asked, if it was 4 or 5 years times 8 per, that's crazy. If it was, and it had to be that, because if it was anything, if it was 2 times 7.5, I think Juventus would do that.
I agree.
So it must have, like, the ball must have been asking for the world. Sorry, excuse me. And it bit them in the butt, or bit him in the butt, because he went on to sign with Roma for even less. So It is what it is. The Di Maria thing, like you said, we last January, February, we did a random freaking podcast saying, "Hey, who are 12 players that could potentially come to Juventus?" And I put Di
Yeah.
Maria as just a throw-in, and he came. Couldn't believe it. But this guy's been hurt though too. But let's see what he does now because he still has half a year to show himself, and we'll see what the youngsters got from it. I'll say. If Sule in 3 years' time and he's starting and he's saying, "Oh, Di Maria was so good to me when he was here for that year," and Sule becomes like a world beater, then I'll be like, "Great signing." I'll be those people saying in hindsight, "Great signing, guys." But until then, like, what the fuck? Like, who knows?
Yeah. You can say that now, but I'm not saying that the Di Maria thing paid off at this
No, you
point
can't.
because
He's hurt
I'm
again. Same
yeah,
thing.
yeah, he's hurt. Like I need more. I need output on a
Yeah.
consistent basis, which he can provide if he can stay on that pitch.
Yes.
But like he wasn't injury prone until he came, so that's a debate
Yeah.
for us to have again over and over again. But like it's kind of pointless at this point. But like if he stays on the pitch, he will take us over a hump probably, or like over like in certain games he will be the difference.
Yep.
Like Dybala was
Yep.
at times. Like I'm fine with that. But like he's a 1 year stopgap. The biggest issue is, or like the biggest question is, what now?
What's the
Because we need to
plan?
replace him. Yeah, what's the plan? Because Sule is not getting enough game time to
Nope.
feature next season consistently. I think he will leave on loan, which is weird because Di Maria is, injured. Cuadrado's thinking it out. I actually don't get it that he's not playing much more, but
Yep.
whatever. Um, but he also said like to mentor Miretti and stuff. I'm like not sure, like different positions. I'm not really sure how he can help. Experience, yeah, but like, what he's gonna like, I don't.
What's
I'm not
Marty
buying
gonna
that
say?
one.
Hey, Angel, how do I score in the Copa America final, the World Cup final, the Finalissimo, whatever the frick that trophy was, and the Champions League? How do I score in all those things? Like,
Yeah, that's a weird one. I think he was going over the top to validate
yeah,
his point about not giving Dybala a contract. I'm
yeah,
gonna say.
which is fine.
Yeah, I mean, I like. Did I wish Dybala stayed? Yes, I said it at the time. I prefer him to stay, but like, I don't believe all the reports saying, "Oh, he wanted the same wage and all those things." I don't believe that because if that was the case, it would have been signed months
Yep,
ago.
absolutely.
Like
That's what we said.
there's too much talks, too much rumors. Something snapped, and I don't know what it was. I
The
actually
dude,
no idea what it was.
the dude pointed at the board after he scored.
Yeah, that's
Something
like
happened, like you said. Again, it's been half a year. Like we need to get over. We need to stop talking about Dybala, but whatever. It came up
yeah.
here, so
I don't bring it up. Like
yeah,
you know how Twitter is. Like
yeah.
if he
That's
scores for
cool.
Rome, I'm like,
Good for you, bud. I hope you lose,
good.
but score your goals.
Like yeah, I mean good, but I don't get it. I
Yeah,
don't get. I get the obsession because I know what he represents for other people,
yeah,
but I think a lot of people go over the top with it.
yeah.
But it's just me,
No, I agree.
whatever.
I agree. We'll move on to another Agnelli quote. It's the third out of four quotes that we have. Um, Again, it's Agnelli backing all the choices being made from what's been done over the past 10 years of his tenure, I guess. Is it 10 or 11 years? Will this be
It's
11 years?
it's a 12, I think.
Is this
I
12?
mean, or like 11. Wait, 11. It could be 12 to be honest.
Let's give him let's give him a dozen. Let's give him a dozen.
I think it's 12.
Um, okay, perfect. So he's saying, I took the decision in full serenity. I remain firmly convinced of the good work of all these years, an opinion confirmed also in recent weeks by the analysis of numerous experts. Juventus will demonstrate its legitimacy in every avenue. Now, I thought it appropriate. I thought it appropriate to take. It was appropriate to take a step back
Yeah.
to avoid that one. could even think that the choices and decisions that will be made from now on were conditioned by my personal involvement. Okay, we knew that. I personally am convinced that I have operated well in these years, and the remarks against us are not justified. Nevertheless, the club will have to continue to protect its interests. So, sorry, buddy. You obviously didn't operate well, or else you'd still be there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say.
That was the first thing that came to mind. I'm like,
Yeah.
something
That,
happened because you all stepped down, or like,
yeah. And it was proved like a couple weeks later with a proper balance sheet. So,
yeah, yeah, and not even the numbers. Like, if the numbers are bad, okay, yeah, but like when 10 people leave on the same night,
yeah.
they
Out of the blue.
then
Out of the blue.
out of the blue, then something is up. And when the appointment, the names come out today, and I need to Google, or yesterday, I think I need to Google all of them because I've never heard of them. And when I read things as lawyer or like spokesman for the Republica and all those things, I'm like, yeah, like
Yeah,
something is up. Like,
y'all know nothing about the game, but you can keep our books
you're
in
all in
order.
charge now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you all have a job at the club, and nobody
Yeah.
has experience leading or being in and around a sports team, like not even a football team. Like just
Yeah.
it could have been like a basketball team in Torino locally. Like I
Yeah.
don't know, but like they have no experience, then something is not right. Like you can come out and say all these things. Yes, you're gonna defend yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
you better. Like, what else are you gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. But yeah, something's up. Something is really up. I don't know what it is. It's kind of cooled down now.
Yeah, because everything's
Because
starting to turn over now.
yeah, like the leaks are just
Yeah.
like they already didn't make any sense. But because those were not never the issue. The leaks,
Yeah.
like all those leaks. Again, when you read them, you're like, yeah, like
Yep. Good
idiots.
stuff.
But like,
Yep.
but I don't know how you're gonna do it with that in court, because I don't think that's the issue. Like the leaks are just part of the investigation, and it sells. That's what it is.
You know what the
Um,
leaks did? The leaks proved how dumb some employees were.
yeah, yeah.
Not
That's
illegally,
what.
just dumb, just unintelligent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It cooled down now because they don't have any leaks more. Like,
Yeah.
the only news is, and we will talk about it with the next thing, is that they reopen the thing, a certain thing. But other than that, it kind of cooled down a little bit because at the moment there's nothing, but like it's all investigation still,
Yep.
and appeals and all those things, and so it's gonna take a time. But like people don't, get sacked for no reason. Like
Yep.
I've never heard about it getting, told to leave your job while doing an amazing job. Like if you're doing an
Exactly.
amazing job, nobody's gonna tell you to leave. Like,
You
it
leave
makes
on
no
your
sense.
own. You leave on your own power if you're leaving the
Yeah.
company if you're doing well.
They try to sell it like they all left, but like 10 people don't all leave out of nowhere.
No.
Like they all
And
have
we said
families.
this.
They're not just gonna leave to leave.
Yeah. We've discussed this before again. Like something is wrong, and we know it's wrong. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. I think we'll leave it at that for this quote in
Yeah.
particular. Yeah.
Because he's trying to not talk his way out of it, because like he's just being firm in terms of like I did a good job, which he did, but like he certain things he did not. Like this is what it is.
It wasn't 100% good job. It was like an 83% good job.
Yeah,
Like if you
the
did like
end is
a
mess.
report card, the end is a mess, and the way you've treated the stadium is a mess. The way you've done the finances is a mess. At the end of your reign is a mess. But for the most part, it was good. So you get a passing grade from me, buddy.
You know what it feels like? I don't know how it is in Canada, but like when you had, I don't know, like I don't know if you call it high school, but like when I was 17, 18, you had tests, and
Yep.
you had 6, but already at test 4, you're like, I'm set. Like even if I skip the last 2, I'm set.
Yeah, you passed already,
And
right?
yeah, I already passed.
Yeah.
That's what I did at school. Like I'm like, screw it. Like I already have enough. I'm not gonna go home and study for that. Like I just
So you're a slacker.
I just go off my top. Like I had enough
Yeah.
points. Like it's cool. That's how it feels. Like I'm not
I
putting
did
any
the same
time
thing,
more
yeah.
in it. Yeah, like I'm safe. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
Like I can freestyle it, and I couldn't
Exactly.
freestyle it. Because it took down the average, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like it was still good enough, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Like if you look back at it, you're like, oh, you pass everything in total. But
Yeah.
when you look into it, you're like, oh, it goes from 8A to, or like I don't know what it is in Canada, AA
Yeah.
probably, and then C minus or whatever, and you're like,
Yeah.
what? Out of nowhere. But that's how it feels. But
Exactly. He slacked off the last couple. Well, not probably purposely, but he didn't do a good job. He
it felt
failed the
arrogant
test.
towards the end. Yeah, it felt arrogant towards the end. Saki
Yeah.
Morata. It felt like I can do it all. I can do it. Just
Super
do
League.
it.
I'm going to join Barcelona, Real Madrid in the Super League. I know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. I brand Americanized
You know-
sports.
You know how it feels like? It feels like in NFL when they let Tom Brady go, and he went on to win a Super Bowl. Morata
Yep.
went on to win a league, on his own.
Yep.
And we were just looking around, and the Patriots are now looking around and being all over the place, like hiring people who calling plays who shouldn't be calling plays, hiring his own
Yep.
son who has no clue what to do. That's what we are. Like it's
Yep.
the same scenario. It's being kind of arrogant, being like I'm the brains of all this, and then you can see like you're part of the brain, but like you're not the entire
Yeah.
brain basically, because it's not looking good now. Like it's not.
And now they're scoring touchdowns on themselves in the last play of the game to lose.
Oh, that was funny.
I don't know if you. Oh, okay, you did see that.
Yeah, I saw that. That was like that's having a mental breakdown because there was no
That's
need to
peak
do that,
Alexandra. Yeah, that's peak Alexandra scoring in his own net when he can just like angle his body some other way.
or like in the Super Copa, just trying to control it into the box in the last
Yeah.
second for no
Yeah.
reason. Just
That's
kick it
peak.
away. Like he should have just run out of bounds and go to extra time.
Yeah.
But
But it is what it is. Stupid players will do stupid things.
yeah,
Let's go to the last quote now, and it's from one of our favorites, the guy who preceded Agnelli in the role. If you guys again are watching on YouTube, like the video, subscribe, and take a look at how chill Luch is. Look at him; he's all happy-go-lucky there. So basically, what he said was the Plusvalenza case has been reopened. If the Plusvalenza case has been reopened, then the Calciopoli should also be reopened. He's never gonna let this die. It is a wound that does not heal for me or Juve. I have a flash drive. There is all Calciopoli. You'll hear Carraro say, "Who's Carraro again?"
it's the 2006
FIG,
VGC president.
Yeah. Okay. So it's
At the time.
Gravina. Back then.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll hear Carraro say that Lazio and Fiorentina can't be relegated and don't help Juventus. Then present these. Everyone else is presenting leaked or whatever.
He was
leaks.
he was holding it up while he was saying it. By the way,
He was holding up the drive.
he was holding it up. He was waving with it. So
Play it. Everyone else is throwing out leaks. You play yours.
he probably will leak it soon at some point.
Well, why wait 15 years later or however long it's been?
I don't
16,
know, maybe
17.
it's a Netflix movie they're recording.
He needs to make his money back. He goes on to say, "Look who's on the Italy national team bench." He's referring to Oriali, who's the Juventus or the Inter guy, the one who counterfeited Alvaro Recoba's passport. I still fight for Calciopoli. We have been held guilty for things that others have done. Yeah. Again, if you've had these leaks that will prove you innocent, then why haven't you used them yet? That's my only thing.
The only thing I thought was, what the hell is he doing there? Like,
Oh, yeah.
when I saw it, I'm like, wait, what? Like now at this moment in
He's
time,
allowed.
like
He's allowed back in there.
I'm like, wow, I don't know who is a PR thing at the club, but he probably is leaving as well. I think. I'm like, what the hell is happening? And then he said like, I'm here to support Agnelli because he did an amazing job. But I'm like, who? Like how? Who in the who at the club was like, this is a great idea, man. This is what we
Yeah.
need.
Who is in
Um,
between Agnelli and Moji?
who? What do you mean?
Who's the
Oh,
president?
I forgot his name. I forgot his name. I forgot his name. I'm not gonna lie.
That guy's like a
Um,
castaway. That
yeah,
guy's a
he is.
nobody.
But I was so confused. I was like, is he there? Because I didn't watch it, so I looked it up. I'm like, yeah, he was there. He spoke. Yeah, he's never gonna let that die. 2006. He shouldn't because it's a complete mess. You know, with things happen. Like teams got away with stuff. I have no idea
Yeah.
how they got away with it. It was decided in a month basically, which also makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
Then things got like wiretaps got deleted because of
Yeah,
you
of
know the
course.
owner of the company were Inter guys. They all got missing, and all the Juve things were there just up for grabs. Everybody, if you look at it, a lot of team did stuff which was not okay. Like I'm not gonna dismiss that, but refs were never paid and all those stuff. Like because that's the story that is going around basically on social media.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
never happened. But the way things happen so quick and teams like Milan going from Serie B with points deduction to a few points deduction in Serie A, it stings. Like let's be completely honest. Everybody, even if you don't like Juve, it's fun. Like probably it's hilarious, but like
Yeah.
it stings. Like the way it went down, it completely stings. He's never gonna let it rest. The club is never gonna let it rest because they're appealing it for 12 years straight now or like whatever. So they're never gonna let it rest. It was just weird that he was there. Like I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Now, this is just a kind of like, is he frowned upon amongst Juventus, like in the eyes of Juventus?
No, I think he. I think I know Elkan doesn't like him. I know that.
Okay.
And for a fact, like it's well documented that he doesn't like him. Agnelli likes him. He does. I don't know why. Like, but he's hated by. I'm gonna say a big part of the foreign Juve fans. Like
Yeah.
Italian Juve fans still like him because they have a better knowledge of what happened back then.
Yes.
It's easier to have like there are documents that are not easy to how do you want to
Bring
say
up on Google.
comprehend if you don't if you
Yeah.
if you need to translate it, it's not easy. So it is what it is.
Like for me, because I asked that because obviously I'm from Canada, so on the very basic outlook of it, it's like this guy got Juventus relegated, bad dude, right? But like
Yeah, I agree.
if you say, but like I can understand a little bit of Italian, and I've always tried to get my dad to translate some certain documents that I find on the internet, and to me it always seems like okay, there's a lot of teams doing the same garbage.
Yeah,
So it's
it
like
was like
yeah,
it was.
and obviously the more and more you read into it, the more and more you see Inter people in charge at the time, or not Inter people, just like Inter fans, let's say. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
they you don't think Inter was doing the same thing Milan and Juventus were doing?
Oh, they were. It's proven. But like
But this is my point.
it's
Like
outdated to bring up
yeah,
again, or like some of the rules. I don't have the
yeah,
exact term, but it's well documented. Like it's known.
yeah,
Like teams were doing the same stuff. Like it's not a secret. Like that's not a secret. Like the head of the telecom company doing the wiretaps was
yeah,
part of the Inter board and stuff like that.
yeah.
Like it is what it is. Like it's a complete mess. Everybody knows it. Like if this happens today, it's not done in a month time. Like it isn't. Now
No.
it happened in Belgium. I'm gonna say it's already 5 years ago, maybe 6.
Okay.
And a few weeks back there was news like, oh, it's almost towards the end. So it was agents selling players and getting money. How do you want to say that? Behind
Commission?
closed doors.
Oh,
Like commissions. selling players. They're not even being sold. Doing scouting. They were just chilling at home. Giving away kitchens and all those stuff. Getting
Oh, nice.
paid money in
Like Reggie Bush
bread
situation.
bags. Yeah, like
Yeah.
bad stuff, like really weird stuff.
Yeah.
Referees involved, all those things. It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years. It's still not have come to a conclusion because, okay, maybe it doesn't take 5 years, but like it takes time. Back in 2006, it was 1 month.
Yeah.
Like, and the club back then, it wasn't like this, and they just they lay down and they accepted it. Like if this would have happened in 2022, it wouldn't have gone down in 1 month. The club wouldn't have accepted anything like that.
You know why? Because not as many fans would have access to the knowledge of what's happening. Like if the match fixing happened now, me, Joe Blow, would find out what's happening, and then
Also,
you'd question the club if they just sat down and took it. Like in 2006, who the hell's going to know in Canada what's actually going to happen? I remember watching it on Sky Sports, like the English Sky Sports, because we had that channel in Canada in 2006, and I would read it, and it's like, oh, we're selling Ibrahimovic and Cannavaro to all these teams. I was like, Dad, what the hell's going on? And he's like, Juve's getting relegated. I was like, why? He said match fixing. It happened like boom. I was like, okay, sure.
and it
Like,
wasn't really like match fixing is really bribing the refs, and that never happened.
yeah,
There were no bribes for any club, but yeah, like it happened so swiftly, and that's like the thing now. The big danger is social media, because all of these leaks just get put out there with no context. It looks bad. You think, oh, it's illegal. Then you sit back and you're like, wait, what? It's not. Like the thing he said now, like the Plus Valenza thing got reopened again. On what? I read the report, the FGC put out the documents, and again, they brought up transfer market. I'm like, holy shit. Like, wasn't it bad enough you got laughed about by the actual guy in Germany?
yeah.
He was laughing about it. The guy who just basically said, I make things up. Like,
It's an algorithm he made up.
and they bring it up again. I'm like, no way. Like, absolutely no way you're doing this. One more time. They have, quote unquote, new evidence, but because one of the new evidence should be like that the club put in, you need to buy player X, and they can fill in the blank. You need to buy Barbieri, but you didn't know you're gonna buy Barbieri 2 years ago when you signed that document because it said player X. That's what basically the new evidence, quote unquote, should be. Now, if that's illegal, I'm not sure. I'm not. I don't know.
How
Like, I
could
have
that
no
be
idea.
illegal though?
It sounds.
Okay, so you know in North American sports, you get you trade player, you trade let's say JJ Watt, who's retiring. Good for him. But you trade JJ Watt to Pittsburgh Steelers, and Pittsburgh sends back future considerations.
I get that. I was thinking about that, but I think that's documented in American rule, like sports rules.
Yeah.
Like that's okay.
Oh, like it's in the late or NFLPA or whatever.
I do like it sounds weird because the players, like the club signs a document and they don't know which player they're gonna get, how much they're gonna pay. I don't know. Maybe the document stated it's between this and this. I don't know, to be determined at the time. But that's quote unquote that should have been the new evidence. Now they reopened the Plus Valenza case. I'm okay with it. I mean, if they want to waste it, like I have still to this day no idea how they're gonna convince a judge that. I don't know. Like, I have no idea how you can convince a judge, because if I were a judge, I'm like, okay, you tell me how much is he worth, and he's gonna say not 20, 10, and the judge will ask, and how do you came about 10? And he's gonna ask, I use an algorithm, and he said, based on what? Facts, like standards, like I don't know.
Is there a
FIFA? I don't know.
Is there a FIFA / UEFA algorithm out there? No. Who cares? Bye. Close case.
I don't get it. So transfer market is making that shit up.
Yes.
Like, they're making it up. Like there's not.
Then there's the CIES valuations of players. Like there's multiple things.
Yeah, it's. I don't know what it is, but I'm not really fussed about that, to be honest.
No.
I think something else that will come out or like be more clear. That's the biggest issue, not the Plus Valenza thing.
No.
Because this is
again,
happening for years.
yeah, the main thing about the original thing why it would happen was strictly because of the wages of the players. That's what was the issue. Had nothing to do with us selling Sturaro to Genoa for almost 20 million euros. Nothing to do with that because Genoa said, okay. Unless Juventus said, hey, whoever their guy was at the time, was it Preziosi? Was it that guy?
Yeah, it was Preziosi, yeah.
Unless Agnelli had it in his dungeon and said, you're taking him or I'm not letting you out. Then, okay, fine. I get it. You go to jail. But I don't think that happened. So, fuck off.
Yeah.
And that's
I don't
that.
know.
So there you go. Is there anything else you need to say about Moji even being there?
No, I'm so confused, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
So
he had his few minutes.
yeah, his return to fame. And I love how some people still go to him for like transfer news
Oh,
because he has that
I'll
random
never,
Twitter account.
I'll never forget that Savage thing. In his son posted a tweet that he was on the same plane as Savage. Or he took a
Yeah.
picture of him, and he told him that he asked about Juve, and he was like, "Yeah." And people were just going off. I'm like, "Yeah, like
Yeah.
no."
That's like them
that's-
believing my freaking Holland video.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was like, nah, don't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not a source.
Yeah. So there you go. He's affiliated with the club via working with him 15 years ago. So don't use him as a source of current Juventus transfer news. If you want to say how everything went down back in 2005, sure, ask him. If you want 2022, 2023 stuff, sorry, don't ask him. Anyway, let's move on to our questions that we asked on Twitter from our viewers/followers. They won't be shown on the screen because we didn't have time to put them up. But if I say the question, I will put your name / I will use your Twitter handle to announce who you are. So first things first, and this could be about anything, not just about today's topics. But first things first, Andrew Finnan asks, would Isco be a smart signing at this time? Some context to Isco, he was released from his contract from Sevilla, so he is a free agent
Oh, he
right
was
now.
released.
He was released, so he's a free agent right now.
No, I didn't know
Okay,
that.
so
When? I missed that.
a week ago, I think.
Okay, I missed that completely.
Okay, so Isco is a free agent, and Andrew asks, would Isco be a smart signing at this time? Go ahead, since you didn't know that.
No. Even if he wasn't released, I would have said no.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous. That guy is yeah,
it's over for him.
it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
It's done. So it's a hard no.
Just like Daley Blind, released today from
Yeah.
Ajax. Just don't even bring it up. Done.
He's going to Belgium, by the way.
Is he?
To the Belgium league, yeah, to Antwerp. But
No way. Why would he go there?
yeah. Overmars is the
Oh,
technical
okay,
director.
okay. Makes sense then. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they have Alderweireld, they had Nainggolan. They have
Oh, they terminated him too.
yeah, they terminated him too because he didn't show up for training a few weeks.
Yeah.
Who they have? Up top, the Dutch striker, I forgot his name now. Janssen.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah. But nah. I saw people going mad about a Sport Media set. I'm gonna say this. Sport Media set is the worst source by a country mile in Italy. It's worse than Tutto Mercato Web.
Nice.
It's the worst source. Like, it's not a source. Like, it's just not.
Why? What did it say? Why are people going
They
crazy?
said, Allegri wants Isco and blah, blah, blah. But, like,
Oh,
I don't
okay,
even quote.
okay.
I think the last time I quoted Sport Media set was 2 years ago, maybe. They are trash. And I'm being nice. So if people go mad about Sport Media set, sources,
Yeah.
be my guest. But they're bad. We're not signing Isco. We're not.
And here's my woohoo, because I think I knew that already. Next one is from Yusuf Mirmo. So his Twitter is Yusuf MIR89. And he's asking, would you be willing to risk Coppa Italia, so a victory, to use those games to integrate the younger players like Barbieri, Riccio, etc.
Um, no, I want to win it.
Okay.
I mean, they can play, like not all of
Integrate
them,
with, yeah, so like play 2 or 3 at a time, maybe, max.
depending on who you're playing as well. But I want to win
So
it.
Monza's our first game,
Okay,
round of 16.
you can play one or two,
Yeah.
but keep in mind you still have Junior, Miretti, and Fagioli. You still need to develop,
Yes. And Sule right now.
and Sule if he stays. So you
Yeah.
still have players who need to develop and need to play every single moment they can. So I'm gonna answer no on this one
And
because we
those
have
those two in particular, I'll say no.
they looked good in
Yeah.
preseason, and then in the
Winter
last few weeks,
preseason.
yeah, they looked very very good. But I think if you can give minutes to the other ones, then
Yep.
so no.
Um, here's a side question: Riccio or Hoyson?
I think Richo
Sorry,
is more
you're
ready.
Dutch. You speak Dutch. How do I say that name? Is it Hoyson?
Wow, how about because it's spelled really weird, but I think it's Huisen.
Hoyson. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's that. It's spelled very strange. So I'm not
Huijsen.
100%
Yeah.
he's full Dutch, but whatever. But I think Richo is more ready in terms of like
Okay.
he's physical. He's more
Yep.
physical. He's not better on the ball, but his positioning was on point. Like it was
Okay.
unbelievable.
I got to follow up. Now we remember Dragusin. Was he better, more ready than Dragusin?
Ooh,
Riccio.
ooh, that's a tough question.
Because remember, Dragusin was physical as well, and he was decent
He
on
was
the ball,
physical, but
but he was out of position countless times.
that was that was one of
Yeah.
my biggest thing with him. Like he was physical, but like his
Yeah.
positioning was poor. Again, he was very young, but like
Yeah.
Richo's positioning looked much better.
Okay.
He's physical. Like he doesn't
Yep.
get bullied off the ball. He's not amazing on the ball. But like
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yep.
He's decent. That's okay for a defender, in my opinion.
Pass
But
wide.
Hoyson on the ball is
Class.
very
Elegant.
good. Like he
Yep.
just like he switched play like a defender shouldn't be switching play basically. like
Yeah.
like
Like a
Bonucci in
central
his prime.
midfielder.
Like he can
Yeah.
yeah, it's very good, but he's very
Weak.
yeah, he's still weak. Like he needs a bulk up. He
Yeah.
does. He does.
Get
But he
Bremer to
looks
be his
very
personal
promising.
trainer.
Yeah. But he looks very, very promising.
Yeah, he does. Yep. I like Hoyson. Hoyson. Sorry. Okay, we'll move on. No, that's a shit question. Um, again, I don't think let's not answer will we make any signings because I think I believe I read at this moment we will not even look at the market until January 18th. Did I read that from somewhere?
Yeah, I don't know. I still think something will happen. One will leave or like something weird will
But
happen.
after
But
the 18th?
I'm not. Yeah, maybe it will be official after the 18th,
Yeah.
but we probably would have known by
Okay.
before that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
something's gonna happen.
Okay. Where's the other one I wanted? Okay, this goes along with it. It's from Syed Ali Farik. And he's asking, should fullbacks be our priority for the January transfer window? If so, what are the options? He likes Frimpong and Grimaldo. Dude, I wouldn't think like Frimpong ain't it because he's gonna cost too much money for what we want to do. And Grimaldo as a free agent, who knows?
Yeah, I think he's a free agent in the summer, so they're gonna wait.
Yeah.
But I don't want a quick fix. I need someone who can play there for the next 4 to 5 years.
Yes.
That's what I need. Like, so I don't. If you can do that now, great. But like, don't panic. Like, just please don't panic.
Yeah. And again, my issue is, are you doing the wing backs or are you doing fullbacks? What
That's
are
a
we
good
playing
question.
here?
Because we're
'Cause
getting linked with Mela. So
Yeah. So what's Max doing here?
I think they're gonna wait because I'm not even sure he's gonna be there next season. Not because he's gonna get sacked, but maybe because he's actually gonna walk.
Allegri.
Yeah. So I'm not
Yep.
100% he's gonna be there. So maybe the club or like the new guys in charge knows that. Maybe he told that, I'm gonna ride it out,
Yeah.
this season, try to stable the ship, and
Is
then I'm
this a
gonna
hot
leave.
take?
Is it?
Is this a
Do you
hold your
think?
hog take? Are you holding your hog out right now?
I don't know if it's a hot take. I think a lot of people will agree with it. Like it's not far fetched, is it?
You just said
Do you think
Max
it's far?
Allegri might walk
Yeah, because
at
the
the end of the
rumors is that
season.
he wanted to walk already now
Okay.
when
Okay.
shit go down. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's a hot take. I think if he comes out in the end of
I
the
think it's
season,
spicy. I think it's a little spicy.
okay, but like I think nobody would be shocked if he comes out and said like, looking at this circumstances, I wasn't like alright with Agnelli. I finished the thing. It's a new chapter for a lot of people. Like new things are coming, fresh start, probably
Yeah.
with someone else. I don't think like if that happens in the summer, I wouldn't be like, oh my god. Unless
Okay.
he somehow wins the league now and the Coppa Italian is like, I'm god. Then I will be shocked. I'm like, okay, you did more than stable the ship. Like you're the captain again.
Yeah.
That's weird to walk away. Like if he just
Yeah.
gets in the top 4, wins the one cup, I don't know, and then he's like, I'm walking for those reasons. I don't think a lot of people will be surprised, in my
Okay.
opinion. But I like if we don't do anything now, and when more leagues come out and be like they're trying to see what's gonna happen in terms of formation next season, then I know he's probably gonna walk because you should know what formation you're gonna play next season. You should have known
Yeah.
that now, but whatever. That's not the case. But like next season, you should be no. Like, it's been 3 years. Like you're still, I don't know, flipping a coin pre-game.
Yeah.
The formation you're gonna play. So if you start hearing those rumors, I think it's very plausible that he's gonna walk, or like that he's not gonna be there.
Fair. Yeah, I just thought like he wouldn't walk when he was shitting the bed and dragging the club down. Why would he walk now?
Because
if
Agnelli
it's
was
gonna be
there.
no, I get it, but now it's an even better time to just stay because everyone looks to you. You know what I mean? And nobody's gonna fire. I don't think who's gonna have the balls to fire him.
I don't know,
Who is
but-
Ferrero Rocher gonna fire him?
I don't know, but maybe I think he's just a stopgap. But I think maybe he is like, this is not what I signed up for.
Fair. Yeah.
Like the players I can be, I'm able to sign, the
Yeah.
tools I'm getting. Maybe it's
Yeah,
like
that's
it's
fair.
enough. And he already said, like he said it in the past, like at this age he wanted to retire. He's still in the game, so
True. True. All right. Well, maybe he asks to get fired, so he can get his money instead of him leaving and walking away with nothing. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
yeah, maybe. But I
Um,
don't think so. I think if he walks, he will find us. Because if the rumors are true that he wanted to walk now, then he was not getting money.
Exactly. That's my point. Like
So-
maybe, who knows? We'll see. Kind of a spicy take in my opinion from you, but again, we'll see. Anything else you need to say about what happened today at the farewell of Agnelli?
No, nothing. Like it's the end of an era. Let's see what the new one will be. 1 week from now, we're playing Cremonese, with
Yeah.
half the team
Fun.
being out already. So yeah,
Paul Pogba was skiing.
he was not skiing. That was
Excuse me?
he wasn't skiing, by the way.
Are you sure?
100% sure.
Were you there?
I wasn't there, but like there are well documented, good sources that he wasn't skiing. He was just there to fight.
Okay.
He was not skiing.
All right. Paul always brings the vibes. Maybe he might bring him on the field someday. We'll see. Next time, maybe that's our next podcast. We'll talk about Pogba's skiing adventures. How's his knee holding up on the slopes in the chateau?
I don't know what that is, but okay.
You don't know what a chateau is? It's like a log
I know what a
cabin
chateau, but like the
yeah,
slopes.
The
Yeah, I know what a
slopes?
chateau is.
the ski slopes.
Okay, I never skied.
You never skied. Holy
No.
smokes!
There's no
Don't you live
snow.
near the
Yeah,
Alps?
I mean, there's snow here. Wait, what?
You don't live near the Alps?
In Belgium, the Alps. Oh.
No, don't you live near them? Like, can't you just fly over 2 hours? Whatever. You're in Europe.
No, like you can ski in Belgium. Like
Yeah,
there
get your
are-
butt
I don't
over
know
there.
how we call. I don't want to ski. That doesn't. It doesn't
Bring
sound
bring
fun.
your girlfriend over there. Bring her to the chateau at the Alps.
Actually, chateau is a Dutch word. Like it's not Dutch. It's French, but like it's a. I don't know how you call it because we have words from English. We call them literally long words from
Okay.
English. We use in the Dutch language, but like they're
Yeah,
just loan words. Like
I get
chateau
it.
is a French one.
Yeah, that's how I know chateau. Oh, I can speak a little French Canadian. So
Yeah.
there you go. We'll end it there. Episode or season 2, episode 5. It is a holiday season still. On this, well, Juventus play Standard Liège on the 30th of December, I believe.
Yeah, this Friday
Yeah,
at
so
2:30 my time.
there you go. So maybe you can watch it on the Juventus app again. How was the quality? Good.
It was good. It was good. I'm not sure if that because it's open doors. I don't know. Maybe just gonna give it to Sky and get
Oh,
paid
okay.
for it.
Okay.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure it's gonna be. I hope so.
Yeah.
Uh,
True. All right.
which is
Well, we'll
weird
end it
because the
there.
Belgian
Yeah.
league is already underway and they're gonna play a friendly. Like I'm proper. Confused.
Oh, yeah. Standard
Like
Liège
they're
is-
playing. Like they played 2 days ago. They play in the weekend. So I have no idea how I have no idea. Like I'm actually confused.
They might send their D team.
I don't get it. Like I'm absolutely I'm so confused. I don't know what the point is, but whatever.
Whatever.
And they're
They're
not
probably-
good. Like they're garbage. They're a garbage team by the
How
way.
far are you away from Liège?
30 minutes?
Man, imagine they hosted a home game. Would you be there?
Yeah, if it was yeah, I would have gone.
Nice.
Okay, 35, something like that.
That's fine.
It's very close. It's where
Yeah.
a lot of Italians live also.
Nice. Cool. All right. So now we're actually going to end it. Have a great
Yeah.
evening. If I don't see you, mister, Happy New Year.
Yeah,
All the best.
same.
Same with all the
All
people
the-
listening and watching. Make sure you drink responsibly if you do. I know you don't. What do you do for New Year's? Let's end on that. What do you particularly do for New Year's?
Nothing.
Do you just sit there and
Family.
watch the TV and say, hey, Happy New Year, and that's it? And you go to bed?
No, just with family, eat, play games, like board games.
Oh, so you do it with your family. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But I don't go out. Like it's not for me.
Nice.
Or like I don't drink, so
Yeah.
I don't think anyone goes out without drinking, so it's kind of pointless, no?
Well, no, like I think a couple of my friends are coming over here. So,
Okay. Yeah, I'm just staying with family. Like,
Yeah.
That's it. Just chill,
yeah.
preparing for the 4th of January. Maybe then I start drinking. Who knows?
Yeah. You're going to get some gray hairs by then, too.
If you don't beat Cremonese, I might start
Yeah.
drinking.
Just bring a beer bottle on the stream. Oof. All right, boys. Prepare for this. 2023 came.
If we don't win the first game, I'm gonna. Oh my god! Waited 2 months for it.
Yeah.
Almost.
Exactly. The build-up is so crazy. And then you pull, I don't know, who's the team that laid an egg yesterday in the Premier League?
Maybe Tottenham, but I don't know.
Yeah, they always shit themselves. Yeah,
They
we'll
all
go with
won.
them. Yeah, the other big teams won, right?
Yeah, they all won.
Yeah.
City tomorrow or like today,
Yeah.
but they all won. We should win as well.
Yeah. I agree. Okay. We'll end it there. Ciao, everybody. We'll see you next time. Follow Bianconeri Zone on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Bianconeri Zone. Follow Alejandro at Alejandro BZ. Follow myself at Janati151. And follow Justin's Blue Tick on Twitter at Justin Stovepro. We'll see you next time, guys. Peace.
Ciao.